Hi, it's Debbie from Homebodies Fitness and Yoga, and I'm here today to give you just about a 10-minute yoga class that you can do. Gives you all the kinds of stretching you need to do, the side bends, the forward bends, the extensions, the way your spine's supposed to move. So 10 minutes, maybe once or twice a day. Take time off from your busy schedule at work and maybe just give yourself a little bit of time to stretch. So if you don't have the time, you got 10 minutes, this is a great place to start. So stand with your feet together, bring your arms up over your head, inhale. And as you exhale, just press the air down and fold forward, hands on the floor, shins or blocks or anything you have to lengthen. And then bring your spine long, hands on your shins to keep it nice and long. Hands to the floor as you exhale, step, step to a high plank, breathe. And we're just going to start on our knees and sit back into a child's pose. Your knees can be wide or close. Breathe in and breathe out. And just let your arms be either extended in front of you, underneath your head, or by your side. Take a few breaths here and spread your muscles open. So spread the breath across the upper, mid, and lower back. My head is up so you can hear me, but your head should be down on the floor. So we're going to take another 2 breaths here, just really stretching and lengthening out the spine. And on the emptying of the next breath, let's come to hands and knees and stack your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, hips and shoulders width apart. Tuck your toes, dip your belly, arch your back. Exhale, round and curl your spine. So here we have 2 places the spine moves forward and back. Inhale, extension and flexion of the spine. Exhale, round and curl your spine. Inhale back to a neutral position. Tuck your toes, find a downward facing dog. You can keep the knees soft, let your head hang down. And maybe you want to walk your dog from side to side just a little bit. Just to kind of work out the calves as well. Come back to center, lift up on your tippy toes and soften your knees. Look towards your hands and just walk your feet to the top of your mat. Take your time. Place your hands on your shins, lengthen your spine. Inhale, forward fold as you exhale. Let your body surrender over your legs. And then ragdoll to stand all the way up. Take it up and around, roll the shoulders back and around. Heel toe your feet together and bring your hands together at your heart center. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, open the arms, forward fold, let it go. Hang your head. Halfway lift the hands on shins or floor, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold, and tuck your chin to your chest, ragdoll to stand back all the way up. Roll the shoulders back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, open. So we're still in flexion and extension of the spine here. Halfway lift, hands on shins, floor or blocks. Exhale, forward fold, hang your head. Chin to chest, roll through your spine, roll your shoulders back, bring your arms up overhead. This time, let's stay here and interlace our fingers. Take your thumb and forefinger away from each other or away from the grip. Lengthen your spine. I'm going to move back just a little bit so you can see. Breathe into the sides of your body. Inhale. And lift up and over to the right side as you exhale. Lift your chin up. Maybe you gaze at your left elbow crease. And reaching up, lateral flexion of the spine here. Breathe in. Come back to center on the inhale. Exhale up and over to the other side. Maybe you're looking up at your right elbow crease. Lift up and over. I always like to say like there's a big beach or stability ball underneath your left side, excuse me. Inhale back to center, lift your heart. Exhale up and over to the right side, maybe a little bit deeper this time. You can do this also with your feet wider if you need to for support or whatever's going on in your body. Find a little more edge here. Come back to center on the inhale. Up and over to the other side. You're pulling that right arm with the left side. Lift up and over again. You're looking up at your elbow crease, shoulders down. Find a little bit of that edge. Don't fall off it. And come back up all the way. Inhale. As you exhale, open up your arms and swan dive down to the floor. Hands on floor, shins or blocks. Halfway lift again. Inhaling. Exhale. Hands to the floor. Step, step to a high plank pose. Lower down your knees, chest and chin. Hips up in the air. Low cobra. Back into that extension. Exhale, seat to heels, child's pose. Tuck your toes. and lift into downward facing dog, back to that flexion. Let's do that again. Inhale on your toes, soften your knees, look at your hands. Make your way to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise to stand. You take your arms any which way you need, and let's take it back down as you exhale, forward fold, all the way down to the floor. Hands halfway lift, hands on floor, shins or blocks. Exhale, plant your palms, make your way back. Now you can go back to your knees or go halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Push through, upward dog, a little bit more of that extension, and downward dog, hips up in the air. Breathe in, breathe out. Take your right foot in the air, soften the left knee, look between your hands, and bring that right foot through. Help it out if you need to. Hands on either side. You can also lower the bottom knee to the floor. Inhale, rise up all the way. Push that left hip forward. Bring your hands to your heart center. Now start by lengthening your spine here, then rotate. So now we have twisting and flexion. So we're going to come forward and open up. Breathe. Now you can always take the bottom knee to the floor. You can always open up your arms here. This is just a nice twist. It's really good and juicy and healthy for our spines. Come back to center on the inhaling breath. Arms come all the way up, open or closed depending on your shoulders. Exhale, hands to floor, step back. And let's just run through that vinyasa sequence again, either to your knees or straight legs. Upward dog and downward dog, hips up in the air. Left leg in the air, open out. Step it through, help it out if you need to. Hug the hips in towards center. Rise up to standing crescent lunge, and then we're going to take that twist. So bring your hands to prayer. Lengthen your spine first. Lean a little bit forward. Keep the length in the spine, and then rotate outside of that left leg. Thumbs to your heart. Breathe. Keep hugging everything towards midline. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you exalted your arms on the other side. These are a little bit more advanced techniques for anybody if they want to do them. There's so many things you could be doing. Come back to center, arms come up. This is just a basic few minutes to get your body moving. Exhale, step back to that high plank. Come halfway down. Roll over your toes, upward dog, downward dog, hips up in the air. Take a breath and empty the breath. Feet come together, right leg comes up. We're going to do that one more time. Right foot steps through. Rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. Hands to prayer, exhale. Begin to lengthen your spine, then rotate. Twist outside of your right knee and hug your chin towards your chest, your thumbs towards your sternum. Maybe your eye gaze goes up if you feel comfortable there. And then rise back up to your center, arms up. Exhale, fold, send it through that vinyasa sequence. Forward, upward dog, downward dog, hips up. Left feet together, left leg in the air. Left leg steps through, help it out if you need to. Rise up to your crescent, inhale. Hands to prayer, lean forward, and then rotate outside of your thigh. So we get the most length out of our spine that we can before we take it into that twist. Eye gaze can be up at your left side, down to your right side, chin to your chest, or to your collarbone more. One more breath. And then release it back to center. Hands come down and we step back. Take one more sequence of that little vinyasa, that flow through. Downward dog, hips up. Knees to the floor. Sit on your heels. Child's pose. Arms by your side, palms face up. Take a breath here, releasing the spine one more time. And then walk your hands out in front of you. Come up to your hands and knees. Come down to your forearms. And then tuck your toes underneath you for a forearm plank, one breath. As you empty the breath, draw your hips a little forward. Come into Sphinx pose, again into that extended spine. So your elbows squeeze towards each other and towards your thighs as your thighs pull towards your arms, or so your hips pull towards your arms. I don't like to drop the head back particularly. I like to keep the neck in line with the spine. Breathe in one more breath. As you exhale, we're back into our child's pose. Bringing the arms down by our side. Let the shoulders drape over the thighs just to release. And then rise up to sitting on your heels slowly. Take yourself off of your heels in either direction. I'm gonna turn this way just so you can see. I'm gonna roll down to the floor, one vertebrae at a time. So start over your sitting bones, chin to chest, round your spine, and roll down slowly. Take your time. Take your time. Gravity's gonna pull you down at some point right about here. And then come back into the center. Arms out by your side. Tuck your tailbone underneath you. Let your back lengthen on the floor. Inhale, bring your knees up. And exhale, draw your hands and knees around to curl your spine. Breathe in and breathe out. Open up the arms. Do a spinal twist, moving your legs to the right. Look to your left side. If it's too extreme, open up the angle of your hips or your knees. Draw back to center. Up and over to the other side. You're always looking in opposition to your legs. Take another breath. Come back to center. Round and curl your spine one more time. And then extend your legs out in front of you, all the way out in front of you. Lay down on your back, arms by your side, palms face up. Take a minute or two, as long as you have, to really surrender yourself onto that mat. Let go of all tension, let go of any breathing that we've used for the past 10 minutes, and let your body melt into the mat. And so I want to offer you this short 10-minute yoga practice that you can do anytime, anywhere. If you're in work clothes, you can modify, right? But if you can just get up from your desk, from your chair, anywhere, get those forward flexion, extension, side to side, rotation, all that in your body. If you get that in every day, you'll have hopefully a nice healthy spine. I wish you all good health. Stay home, stay healthy, stay fit. Namaste.